I'm here with Ranger Kyle. I learned so much, but like you, I'm even more curious. Thank you so much for being here. Right. What do you have to show us? That's exciting.
I have Superman. He's a Colombian red-tailed boa constrictor. He's one of our animal ambassadors we have at the parks, and we're able to take them places like this.
I really liked on your video how you guys said that you mowed all of the lawns around the picnic tables and basically took away the food web, right?
Yeah.
To make it safe for people,
yeah.
but also leaving the food web for Superman.
Right. Yeah, yeah. It's all that management thing.
That's amazing. How big is Superman?
Oh, he's big. I think he's about 5.5 feet long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's a hunk of snake.
He is a hunk of snake. When's the last time he ate? 'Cause I know that's kind of a big deal. Do you know when he?
Well, you know, because he's cold-blooded, he doesn't have to eat as often as we do. So instead of a couple of times a day, once a week is just fine. So he got to eat last week.
Oh, so see, his tongue is coming out. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? I see his tongue flicking a little bit.
So he is tasting the air. He is able to gather information about his environment that way.
How does the STEM festival smell and taste to you? Oh, look at the bubble. Like, look at that. Look at that, you guys.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yep.
So he looks like he's getting ready to shed a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's been kind of cold and he's getting ready to shed and he's been in his water dish a lot. So, you know.
So is that when he grows bigger, or is he just shed to get new skin?
You know, after they eat, you know, they grow a little bit and they end up shedding. Looks like I got to blow his nose.
Exactly.
Wait, Ranger Mike checking in here. What does the bubble mean? I've never seen that before.
Well, you know, it could be that he's been in the water dish an awful lot, or it could be that he's coming down with a cold. Yeah, just like us. Snakes blow bubbles out their nose just like we do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew.
So here today, I want to see some of your other animals, but here today, you know that we're gonna bake a cake for Charlie, 6-year-old birthday.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a rainbow cake. And what I really love about snakes is we teach about the spectrum of light, mm-hmm. right? So there is the ultraviolet, which is on this spectrum, and then our visible light. But snakes do something really cool when it comes to being able to sense light. Can you talk to us about that?
Well, you know, the color spectrum, we see like just a little bit of the electromagnetic spectrum, right? We just have like a little bit that we can see with our eyes.
We use our electromagnetic wave sensors. That's our eyes.
Right? So it's like if you have the rainbow, and we're talking about the rainbow,
yeah.
It's like when you see one end of the rainbow, you're like at the red end, and it's like it looks really, really red, and then it just kind of like fades away. Well, if our eyes were able to see more colors, the rainbow would be way bigger, right?
Way bigger.
And if we were able to see past that red point where we are, you know, the limits of our eyes, then we would see more red. Right. And that's actually kind of like heat.
So aren't they little holes on the side like viper pits?
Yeah, so snakes have organs in their face that allow them to kind of feel the heat. It's kind of like when you make toast in the morning, right? And you do the toaster, you put the toast down and you put your hand kind of above the toaster and you can feel the heat coming up. It's like, well, if your fingers had eyes, then they would be able to see the infrared heat coming from the toaster,
so
right?
It's not really Superman's eyes that seeing the wavelengths, but sensing it.
Yeah.
Right? That's amazing. So can we go to the next animal?
Sure.
I'm really excited, you guys.
Sure.
Do you mind?
Let's do it.
Okay, you guys, I'm excited to open this. You guys want to see what's in here? What's in here? Where are you? Does this one have a name?
You could call him Goliath.
Goliath! Look at this, you guys. Check that out. Do you hear that? Did you guys hear that?
What's he doing?
Listen. So tell us about this guy, Goliath.
So he's nature's cleanup crew on the island of Madagascar. It's a big old island off of the east coast of Africa. And anyhow, this and all of his friends, they hang out on the forest floor and they scuttle around in the dry leaves and they eat fallen fruit and anything that dies in the dry leaves. They're kind of like nature's cleanup crew. So you don't have like a pile of dead fruit and a pile of dead things in the leaves, because these guys eat them and then they poop out soil, basically. That's what they do.
So they're like a walking compost machine, right?
Totally.
So they have their mandibles right here that chew things up. Mm-hmm. That is and this one has really great mandibles. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then the antenna right there. And we know that it's an insect. You guys know this. It has 6 legs and 3 body parts, so it's classified as an insect. So classifying a lot of our species, right, Ranger Kyle, helps us better take care of them and protect them in the places. Like when you were saying you were mowing the lawns around the areas for the mice to move, because that's food for Superman.
Yep.
We want to keep the food chain going, right?
Yep.
Do you have something else that you wanted to show us?
Wait, Gene, I have a question.
Yes.
First of all the people out there watching the Zoom, if you're watching the Zoom and you have a question, you can go to steamfestival2021.com and join the Zoom and ask your question. If you're watching on Facebook, you have to go to steam2021.com, type in your question. My question is, what's it feel like on your finger? And I know I'm only 15 feet away from you, but I don't want to touch it. What's it feel like on your finger?
I mean, it's pretty cool because it has all of these barbs and it's kind of grabbing it. I'm a little, it doesn't have its mandibles out on me, so it's good. But look how good it's holding on. Can you see how much of a grip that has right there? And the really, really long antenna there. It's pretty amazing. I know you guys have questions. SteamFestival2021.com. Go there and ask a question, you guys. We have some people that have the answer in here. Ranger Kyle would love to get a question from you. Do we have something else that we wanted to show them?
Sure. You want to see a Russian tortoise?
Yeah, let's look at a Russian tortoise. Let me put Goliath away. There you go, Goliath. Make sure Goliath is nice and snug as a bug. Oh, okay.
Wah, wah.
All day long, Mike, all day long.
I can't wait. I hope I get one in.
Oh,
So-
wow.
So this is Sasha, the Russian tortoise.
Hi, Sasha.
And her natural habitat are the grasslands in Russia. And you know, it gets warm and dry there, but also gets super cold. And she's cold-blooded, and she would turn into a tortoise sickle if she lived on the surface all the time.
Tortoise-sickle.
She would freeze solid like a little rock, and she wouldn't wake up. But she's able to dig a really deep burrow, like 10 feet deep, you know, and she's able to go down to where she can escape the freeze, and she's able to overwinter in places like that.
With her claws. I see these really good claws on her.
Oh, she digs so well.
And
oh, yeah.
I'm really interested in her beak. Do you ever have to trim that, or?
No, you know, she trims that herself by eating grasses and things like that. I guess grasses have like silica in them, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of wears things down, and so it wears her beak down. But in addition to that, we also give her a piece of cuttle bone, which is it would be the skeleton or the remnant shell that a cuttlefish would have. And she chews that, and it wears her beak down.
So she's burrowing, and then you have the snake that's terrestrial.
Yeah, he's a tree snake. Likes to hang out in the
Oh,
trees.
so he's arboreal.
Oh, big time.
Arboreal.
Yep.
I love that. I love to say that.
Arboreal, what's that mean?
That means that they live in the air. So you know my chameleon Hayes lives up there, right? So he has to look all over the place. Yes, but this one is burrowing. All right. So are we going to have some, do we have any questions out there? You guys go to steamfestival2021.com Ask us some questions. Ask Ranger Kyle a question. Do we have any questions out there, Mike?
We got a question coming in. Our question is from Layla. This is from earlier when we watched the video, and her question is, what do squirrels eat, and do they help the environment? Layla says, what do squirrels eat, and do they help the environment? Ranger Kyle or Gene?
Ranger Kyle.
Sure. So squirrels, you would want to say that squirrels are strictly vegetarian, but they're not. They'll eat some meat if they can get it, but they don't go hunt things down. They really would much rather gather acorns or eat young plants. They dig up little roots and things like that. They're always going for stuff like that. They're eating all the time. A lot of grass I see them eat, and they really do kind of hide the acorns, and they come back. They'll dig into a random spot. You'll be watching them. They'll just kind of dig, and then they'll come up with a little acorn. It's because they put that acorn there earlier, and now they were just hungry for a snack. So it's kind of like they're all over the place pantry.
So they don't have a problem with that chemical in it that humans have a problem in acorns. Squirrels don't.
Nope.
So they don't have to get it out. They can just eat it.
They just eat it. They don't eat the shell, but they eat the inside.
I love it. Yeah, so everybody's favorite squirrel is Rocky. Well, am I aging myself?
No.
Is there another squirrel?
I think the kids at home, I'm not sure that their favorite squirrel is Rocky.
History Channel.
Kids, please go to steamfestival2021.com and name a more current, up-to-date squirrel than Rocky. We would appreciate to educate our older selves. Thank you. So
I know one.
And that's where the phrase, squirrel it away.
She wears a spacesuit.
There it is. That is amazing. We really appreciate you guys coming by today, or you coming, Ranger Kyle, and sharing all of this valuable information with us.